Hello, and welcome to the Capital District Motherhood Free Resources Fair Round 2. I want to start off by thanking our wonderful host, Becky LeBombard at the Milk Mentor, for collaborating with me on this event. Thank you for all of our presenters, as well as those that couldn't be here today but gave permission to be presented so you all can get a whole host of resources in your back pocket. And thank you to all of you for attending today's resource fair. We'll be talking about a variety of supports for mothers and new parents in the capital region of upstate New York. While I know this event is called the Motherhood Free Resources Fair, there will be several groups that support dads, non-birthing partners, and other supports like grandparents as well. So know that we are inclusive of all parent figures, but we'll likely be referring to moms in particular for this presentation mostly. We hope you go home with many new things that speak to you, and please support these groups by liking them on Facebook or Instagram, inviting your friends, or donating if you're able. Most of these groups are run by volunteers and depend on donations to keep going, and I would be so sad to see any of them close their doors because we as moms and parents deserve all the help we can get in raising these beautiful little ones who will be our next generation. We've got a lot to cover today with 38 presenting resources, some being presented by me, so I hope you don't get sick of my voice, and over 60 slides in this presentation, so let's go. First, a little housekeeping. As you may have seen, when you log on, this meeting is being recorded and transcribed so it can be shared far and wide afterwards. We ask that participants try not to use their AI recording devices since we already have ours on. We have an attendance survey in the QR code, and I'll put it in the chat so you can sign on, and we can send this presentation and the video to you afterwards. We're also offering a wonderful raffle prize for a free mini photo session with Nusser Photography to someone attending today. So thank you, Erica. If you'd like to win, please sign in, fill out the Google form, and mark yes to being here today, and then yes on the second page to enter the raffle. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat as we go, and we're hoping to have some unrecorded time at the end to ask our presenters your questions directly. So a little bit about me. My name is Lauren Keeley. I live in Brunswick, New York, in 15 minutes east of Troy. I live with my husband, Walter, 3-year-old son, Joey, and my baby girl, Beth, just turned 3 months old today. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, or LCSW, by trade, and I'm currently on maternity leave from my full-time job. So fun fact, most of this was created while I was nap-trapped with my baby. I have previously been a child and adolescent therapist and worked closely with parents as well. Prior to that, I did home visits for parents of toddlers. I'm a self-declared extrovert who loves meeting new people, staying active, and loves supporting moms on their journey in parenthood. I put together the first free resources fair in October 2024 and noticed a lot of change since then, so I felt that a round 2 was in order. I hope this will educate caregivers and professionals alike to the variety of resources in our community and help support moms and dads as they navigate the complexities of parenthood. No one was meant to do this alone, so I hope if you're listening to this that it'll help you find your village of support. All right, if Erica's on tonight, I just wanted to give her a brief moment to thank her for offering a mini photo shoot for one of our raffle prizes. If she wants to just jump on real quick and say a little bit about what she does. Are you here, Erica?
Oh, there we are. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi. I'm Erica. I specialize in family and child photography. I'm based out of Albany, but willing to come meet you. My son is 11, so different stage of parenting, but same struggles, but just with a bigger kid. So it's just a little bit about me. I'm not the best at presenting myself, so I'm not sure if anyone has any questions for me or.
Yeah, so how would people, so one person's going to win the raffle prize. How would people contact you if they're interested in learning more about getting into photography? Do you do like weddings as well or anything else besides?
Yeah, I do weddings and events, so and headshots. So I guess either email or text me. If I don't respond, I will definitely get back to you.
Sure. And there's a link there on the, I know people can't click the link while you're in the presentation, but afterwards, when this is recorded, you should be able to click links, open up her website and check her out and see if you're interested in booking a session with Erica. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, our first category, we have many categories tonight of different supports, but the first category for no particular reason is just lactation and breastfeeding supports. We're going to kick it off with our host, Becky LeBombard at the Milk Mentor to talk about Lactation Community Circle.
Hey, everybody. It's nice to see you tonight. So I host several lactation groups every month. They're all free or donation based. And it's really welcome to anyone who is providing breast milk to their baby. So whether that's donor milk or pumped milk, or someone is combo feeding, or their breast, chest, or body feeding, whatever that looks like for them, it's a place to really come together and to help manage expectations, to build a village. And I'm so sorry, there's a fire truck going by outside. I hope you guys couldn't hear all of that. It was very loud. And so the first Friday of every month, I'm at the Body Workshop, which is Molly Conway's pelvic floor PT practice, from 11 to 1. The second Tuesday of the month, I'm at the Broadway Coffee Company in downtown Saratoga from 10 to 12. And then the third Thursday of every month, I'm at Lift and Breathe, which was formerly Aaron Safari Wellness, from 1 to 3. And then we also have a couple of other folks who help us out at the Milk Mentor. So the second Saturday of every month from 10 to 12, and the fourth Thursday of every month from 6:30 to 8:30, we have Marissa Palmer from Milk and Honey Lactation. She hosts lactation groups at Chat Speech, which is right on Western Ave in Albany. We also have one that I neglected to put on here, and that is really it's a bit farther north. It's in Ballston Spa. I want to say it's the last Sunday of the month from 10 to 12. And Amy from Amy Knows Breast and the Milk Mentor hosts that group, and that one runs 10 to 12. We usually post these all on our Instagram. We also have them posted on Eventbrite. And when I think of it, I try and post it in local areas, but anyone is welcome. It doesn't matter if you've worked with any of the providers that I mentioned. Anyone is welcome to drop in, show up. And our motto really is truly like, come as you are, stay or go as you need. So, you have a screaming toddler, you need to take off. Cool. You haven't washed your hair in 3 days. I mean, probably not cool for you. Probably really want to shower, but you're welcome to join us in whatever state you're in. We laugh, we cry, we support each other. So I hope some folks will join us more soon.
Thank you, Becky. Our next lactation breastfeeding support group is Greenbush La Leche League. Is Shannon able to talk for a few minutes about that? There's a lot on the slide, so just feel free to share whatever makes sense.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm one of the trained and accredited parent volunteer leaders with the international nonprofit organization La Leche League, specifically with Greenbush Group here in the Capital Region. We offer free monthly meetings and one-on-one support for anyone who is pregnant, breastfeeding, or even just thinking about it or reflecting back on their experience. And also people who are always welcome to come along as well. It's really just a supportive, non-judgmental space where you can ask questions, share what's going on, or just listen if that's what you need that day. Typically, we have a 4-meeting series that are based on a specific theme, but we often just open up the floor to whatever you're bringing to the meeting at that time. There's no one right way to feed or parent, and we're just really there to support you in whatever your journey looks like. So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, or on our website at capitalregionbreastfeeding.org. And we also offer a private Facebook group for anyone who has attended a meeting with us as well. And that tends to be more active on the private Facebook with a lot of questions and support.
That's awesome. I'll also share that you guys have a library of books, mostly run by you, Shannon. But there's so many different resources.
And the group librarian as well. And yes, if you are looking for any parenting resources or lactation resources, we definitely take donations as well. So we will share that. We have children's books around lactation that we often share with others as well.
Thank you, Shannon. And if anyone wants to become a leader, I'm sure you're looking for some of those.
Yes, always looking for volunteer leaders.
Great. All right, next up, we've got the baby cafes, which is another breastfeeding group. They're free resources for pregnant and breastfeeding families. They offer support from specifically trained staff. There's opportunities to share experiences, make friends, there's refreshments provided, and it's funded through the Breastfeeding, Chest Feeding, and Lactation Friendly New York grant from New York State Department of Health. They're open for in-person for all pregnant and lactating parents, and their support people are welcome to attend. You can pop in for support, encouragement, education, and community. Sessions are held in person during the day and they're listed on the slide. They also offer virtual appointments or virtual support by appointment only, and they're available by email if you need to reach out for that. We're going to move on to baby wearing. I think we have a couple groups for this one. We've got Rachel presenting for New York baby wearing. Are you on, Rachel?
Maybe. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I'm Rachel. I'm the current president of New York Baby Wearing. We offer baby wearing support meetings once a month. It's usually the last Sunday of the month, but sometimes we do change the scheduled date based on, holidays and travel schedules and that kind of thing. So we meet from 1 to 2:30 at Keystone Physical Therapy. We're not otherwise affiliated with Keystone Physical Therapy. They've just donated their space for use at that time. I have a very large collection of carriers. I bring a small set of it. But if you reach out before a meeting, you can get information. You can ask about specific carriers and that kind of thing. We have a lot of the popular ones, as well as different things that might work well for you. Baby wearing is different for every person, every body, and every baby. So we really encourage folks to come try some things out. There's no one best carrier. And we also offer lending from our library. So we have this whole collection of carriers. You can try them on at the meetings for free. And then our members can take them home between meetings to see if they're really a good fit for them before they go ahead and invest. We do not give away carriers as part of the program. They really stay in the library for people. It's more of a try-on kind of a thing. And yeah, we have a Facebook group. That's where our most up-to-date information is. I know not everyone is on Facebook, so I'm trying to get better about getting our Google Calendar up to date. Lauren's actually been helping me out with the website, so shout out to Lauren. And if you're interested in becoming a baby wearing support individual, you're welcome to come to the meetings. We're always looking for volunteers, and we're happy to provide training so that you can learn more about baby wearing to teach other people, because it's really a community thing. Baby wearing doesn't belong to anyone. It's a human a human practice. So we really believe everyone should have access to that. And so we are doing our best to contribute to that.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Definitely reach out to them if you have any questions, or put questions in the chat if Rachel can respond to them. Thank you. Next up, we've got Becky again talking on behalf of Sling Babies of the Capital District, our other baby wearing group for right now.
I feel like every time it's my turn to speak, there's more sirens going by. Can you guys
You
hear
can't
them?
hear them at all. Nope, can't hear
There's
them at
like
all.
an
The background
insane
noise
storm.
blocker is
Blurred.
really good.
Fantastic. I will try to not be distracted by it. So Sling Babies of the Capital District has been around for 20 years. So even if, people with older kiddos, there's a good chance that if they were interested in baby wearing, they were probably connected to this community a long time ago. We got it back off the ground again after COVID a couple years ago. And it is myself and Heather Tremblay of Fern PT. And we are the leaders of Sling Babies, and we have a whole host of volunteers that help us navigate meetings and getting carriers and cleaning carriers and doing some education and keeping things flowing easily. So several of us are certified baby wearing educators and or are in complementary roles professionally to help at these meetings. And we offer free fit checks on baby wearing, whether it is a carrier that a family brings in on their own, we can help with that. Or we also have a library of over 100 carriers that can be signed out, just like you would at a library. You get it for a period of time, and then you return it to us so that somebody else can give it a try. We're an independent nonprofit, all volunteer run organization. And really a big part of our goal is to help people understand how to baby wear safely, comfortably, to provide balance in life and to really provide a lot of that attachment that ultimately leads to more independence long term. So we also have other educational materials available that can be borrowed. So that includes some information manuals. We have weighted babies for folks to try with carriers before they put their real life baby in there. And it's really community focused. We are shifting just slightly how we're meeting to make it a little bit more manageable for all of our volunteers. So we're still going to be meeting every other month for a full meeting where we will have, it'll either be on a Friday or a Saturday every other month. And then on the months in between, we'll be hosting some pop-up fit checks. So that'll be coming up over the coming months. So if you follow us on social media, you will be able to see those things. So whether you need help learning how to back carry or wrap or find a soft structured carrier or a stretchy wrap or whatever's just the best fit for you, your family, any adaptations you may need, we would love to have you join us and come learn about all the wonderful benefits that can come along with baby wearing.
Thank you, Becky. One of our new groups that have just popped up in the last year is going to be presented by Carrie Ann. It's the Woven Wrap Study Group. Take it away, Carrie Ann.
Yeah, so this is in some ways kind of the inverse of the other two groups. I'm not a certified baby wearing instructor, and I'm just a mom who I'm really interested in woven wraps, and I really have tried to learn a lot about that. And I go to the other two groups and I learn from them. And I also do a lot of online learning for it. So basically I'm looking for anyone who maybe has experience, who wants to come and teach me some carries. I would be really into that. Or if you're interested in joining me on your learning journey, you can come as well. Or if you're interested in woven wraps and you don't own one, you can also come and join. It's more just a social gathering. And we are just, I post the group in the Facebook group. I post our meetings. So please join.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. All right, we're moving on to another category, which is birth support and postpartum. They're going to get slightly bigger as we move along. So the first one for this is Ariana at the Embracing Postpartum group. Are you here, Ariana? Can't tell. I'm going to speak a little bit for Ariana because I've been at this group before and I'm kind of the fill-in anyway. If Ariana's here, she can jump on anytime. But basically, Embracing Postpartum is a monthly group held on the first Saturday of every month, 10:30 to 12 at the Empowered Midwifery Care in Delmar. It's free in-person support. The partners and babies are always welcome. Basically, any mom who's needing help focusing on their postpartum journey, if they have any struggles with perinatal mood and anxiety disorders, that's kind of the biggest focus for this, but anyone can attend. I think it's primarily for people who have babies 3 and under, and they do recommend pre-registering just so Ariana can kind of give you any kind of questions or answer anything that you have. So there's a link there to register. She posts on Instagram when the next meeting is, or you can email her. I think I said everything. Yeah, great. Next one is Kyla over at Mom Starts Here. I know Kyla couldn't be here today, but the biggest thing Mom Starts Here is all over the place. They do so many things. I really wanted to focus today on the monthly support groups that are bi-weekly or once a month. It lives in the events tab on their website and also on their Facebook page, I assume too, but peer groups, ongoing supports. They have a pregnancy club for members, which is open to anyone. But they also give a lot of like baby items. They have community baby showers at like Trinity Alliance and a couple other places. There's a parent hotline you can call for any kind of questions or support. There's lactation support, and there even is some baby furniture that is income Medicaid eligible. You'll see on a couple slides, there's a little asterisk or a little star. That's for some things that are maybe not completely free or you have to be eligible for based on some criteria. So yeah, definitely check out Mom Starts Here. Definitely their website and Facebook page has so much information. Or call them, reach out to them if you have any questions about how they could support you on your journey. We've got Karen Ronka over at Birthright of Schenectady. I know Karen is a volunteer speaking on behalf of Simone. Are you here, Karen?
Yes. Can you hear
Awesome.
me?
Thanks for joining us. It's nice to meet you.
My pleasure. As you can probably tell, I'm not a new mom, but I do have two children, 36-year-old son and an almost 32-year-old daughter. No grandkids yet. So if you got any tips for convincing your kids to have kids, and can I just say, this is amazing. All I have to show for my parenting journey is two well-worn copies of What to Expect When You're Expecting and What to Expect the First Year, because there was no internet like this when I was first having children. So this is amazing that you're doing this. But Birthright is, you can read the slide, we're 100% run on donations and volunteers. We offer services to parents, grandparents, moms, dads, custodial parents, if they're running into any trouble with raising their kids, or just providing clothing. We provide diapers, bottles, pacifiers. We accept used clothing. If you or anyone you know's got closets full of clothing up to 2T. All of our clothes are washed and hung. It looks like a store. Looks like you're coming into Baby Gap. So we offer services to all those new parents. If they are referred to us, usually through a social worker or sometimes the court system, they'll come in. We can set them up with and I actually brought one to show you. We have a take home from the hospital bag that is filled with everything a new mom or dad would need to bring that baby home from the hospital. We have wonderful people who donate blankets, and we fill it with new sleepers, onesies, baby hats, the little gloves, everything you need to take them home. And then once they get that baby home from the hospital, we also have layettes. That is, I couldn't bring it. I don't have enough room on the screen. We give them 6 packs of diapers to get them through those first couple of months. It's got a quilt, it's got toys, baby bottles, a ton of new clothing from newborn up to 12 months, everything they could possibly need. And then people are welcome to come into our shop. It's on J Street across from the post office in Schenectady, and get whatever they need: diapers, wipes, baby shampoos, lotions, diaper rash cream, and then any of the gently used clothing. The only thing we don't have is anything like strollers, car seats, furniture, but I've got a ton of resources of places within Schenectady, thrift stores that are in the area, other places that can offer those kinds of items that we can't provide.
Thank you so much, Karen. Yeah, and I know that, like you said, you start with birth of the baby, but obviously size 6 diapers is not a newborn. So you continue to help and support families as their child grows. And we just started
carrying pull-ups as well, because those are becoming, we're growing kids bigger these days. So they grow out of those diapers pretty quickly. So we also offer pull-ups.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Definitely reach out to Karen or post any questions in the chat if Karen wants to respond to them while you're still on.
Sure.
I appreciate you being here. Next up, we've got Molly, who couldn't be here. She was going to be here, and then she couldn't be here last minute. But Becky's going to talk briefly about the Body Workshop PT, her physical therapy practice that also supports a couple different pregnancy and postpartum care things. Are you still available, Becky? I'm going to start talking for Becky.
I'm here. No, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
My fingers were not fingering on the microphone. So I'm here. So the Body Workshop, Molly Conway is a pelvic floor PT, and she owns the Body Workshop. She is truly dedicated to connecting women with local resources through every phase of life. They offer postpartum support groups facilitated by experts in their fields, and they are dedicated to creating welcoming spaces and connection and support. The Milk Mentor, that's also me. I host a free or donation-based lactation community circle the first Friday of every month at the Body Workshop from 11 to 1. Hope Irion, she has a whole bunch of alphabet soup after her name, which you can probably see on the slide. But she is a licensed mental health therapist, and she facilitates a postpartum mental health group on the third Saturday of every month from 9 to 10:30. And really the conversations there are primarily focused on all things postpartum. Hope is lovely if you're looking for a warm, welcoming place to land. Molly is also kicking off, in the past, they've run a free running group, and that's going to be starting back up again in May, and it's going to meet on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, and it will be with all of the physical therapists that are associated with the practice.
Awesome. If I liked running, I would totally be there, but I will only run if I need to. Awesome. Next up for both in birth and postpartum resources is Melanie over at ICANN of the Capital Region.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I am the chapter leader for ICANN of the Capital Region. It is a newer chapter. We did have one, or there was one in the past for like the Capital District, but I don't think I think they've stopped running. But ICANN stands for the International Cesarean Awareness Network. And so this is a nonprofit organization. It's international. And so our mission is to improve maternal and child health by reducing preventable C-sections and for advocating for VBACs, which is a vaginal birth after a C-section. What ICANN is like where we have lots of resources for people who are looking for a VBAC. We're also a support group for people who've had previous C-sections, people who need to have a repeat C-section for whatever reason, or if they're aiming for a VBAC in the future. So we will have virtual meetings. Our first virtual meeting is actually this Friday at 7 o'clock. And I'm hoping to have in-person meetings, and I've reached out to local providers who are willing to have in-person meetings at their practices, their offices. And so this is a fairly new chapter. So I'm hoping to get it up and running. I mean, it is up and running, but I'm hoping it'll grow. And it's for the entire Capital Region. So I'm based out of Columbia County, but the Capital Region, like the whole 518 area. So from Columbia County all the way up to like Plattsburgh. So
awesome. Are you looking for volunteers as well, like to help you run meetings?
that would be nice. I've had some people reach out saying they'd like to volunteer, but they haven't yet, and I know everyone's very busy. But it would be nice to have help with it. I work full time. I have 4 children, so like life is very busy. So it would be great if anyone's looking to volunteer. There is information on the website on how to become a leader, so that there's like, we can have 2 leaders in this chapter. We have 3 leaders. So yeah, there's my Facebook page, or the Facebook page is right here on the slide, and as well as the ICANN website. And right now for the month of April, it's the Cesarean Awareness Month, and our theme of the month is oh my gosh, sorry. The theme of the month is, oh my gosh, I don't know why my mind is drawing a blank right now. Informed consent. There. Sorry, I have a toddler that does not sleep.
You're back.
So
thank you so much for reopening the. Yeah,
What's
thank you
that?
for reopening the virtual meeting. At least I'm looking forward to that coming.
Oh
up
yeah,
this
yeah.
week.
So
And, yeah.
so our virtual meeting this Friday is kind of like a meet and greet. Like, you know, I get to know what's needed in the community, what type of what type of support can we provide in the community, whether it's sometimes people just want to talk about what their stories, or they just need resources. So it's kind of just like an initial meet and greet, and to feel what's needed out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
And yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Next up, we've got Amy Finn with Project NICU, and I believe she's not able to be here today, right? I'll give it like 1 minute to see if Amy's on, but otherwise I will talk about her Project NICU. financially and emotionally supporting families that have children in the NICU, and the medical professionals who care for them. They do provide care packages, virtual support groups by veteran NICU parents, and are available to any NICU parent at any point in their journey. Free mental health counseling through their partnership with BetterHelp. A parent mentorship program just sounds really interesting, and I would love for anyone that's had this experience to try to check that out. And they do have the social media community where it connects families with other NICU families nationwide. So maybe your circumstances were a little unique and there's no one in the 518 that has that similar situation, but maybe they could connect you with someone else that can support you with that. There's people commenting on how amazing their care may have been with Project NICU. So thank you, Amy, for letting us talk about it a little bit. We've got Kelsey over at Bellevue. Kelsey, tell us a little bit about what you guys are offering right now. If you're talking, I
There
can't.
we go.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelsey. I'm one of the lactation consultants and NICU registered dietitians at Bellevue. I also help manage all of the community education classes as well. At Bellevue, we offer a bunch of different prenatal and postpartum education classes. But as Lauren stated, they have that star on them, meaning that they do have a cost associated with them. When it comes to some of our free resources that we have our postpartum support group, we have our breastfeeding support groups, which are free every single Tuesday, 10 to 12, 10 to noon. And it's pretty similar to Becky's Come As You Can, Come When You Can, Come For As Long As You Can. Our NICU support group, we have rotating, and Danielle will talk about that a little bit more. We have our Healing After the Baby, which is a mental health peer-to-peer support group, which is twice a month. The second Wednesday of the month is at night in person, and the fourth Wednesday of the night is virtual at 10 a.m. And that's run by a team of us workers at Bellevue who have all experienced postpartum mental health concerns in our past, and we want to continue to be with you and work with you and be a support with you through that. And then we also have our After the Loss, our bereavement support group, which is run by our bereavement labor and delivery nurses at Bellevue as well. I do just want to make sure that everyone's aware that we do have lactation resources at Bellevue as well. We do outpatients, phone triage, free phone triage at Bellevue, and we are usually covered by insurance in full. Those are all our contact informations, our website, Facebook and Instagram, social media, and our lactation can be contacted directly, the department in whole, with this phone number.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also at Bellevue, we've got Danielle here to talk specifically about the NICU support group.
Yes, hi, good evening. So the NICU support group at Bellevue Women's Hospital is new over the past couple of weeks. As a two-time NICU mom, I wanted to be able to provide something for other NICU parents that might be in a similar situation. A lot of the times, NICU stay is not planned. So it's nice to be able to connect with other people that were in similar situations. It is not therapy. It is not clinical mental health treatment. It is simply just peers coming together to talk about experiences. It is open. It is free to the public. Its intent is for people that might actually be planning for a NICU stay, for those that are currently in the NICU, and also for those that have recently been discharged. A lot of the times there is a whole nother chapter. Once you do get discharged from the NICU, there's specialty doctor's visits and different developmental tracks that babies tend to take when they're born prematurely. So if you check out the Bellevue Women's Hospital website, there is a class or a list of virtual class dates. They occur on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. So if you're interested, please feel free to come check us out.
It's so important that you guys are offering that. I really appreciate you stepping up and filling that void that, wasn't there maybe when you had your NICU stays. So appreciate you doing all that work.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Next up, we've got Healthy Families New York. And I don't have a name here, so I'm pretty sure I'm talking about this, but Becky, feel free to jump in. I think there was someone in our prep session that knew a little bit more about this. The biggest thing to know about Healthy Families is it is a program to help with like a home visiting program that they come with the birth of a new child. The eligibility is someone you have to enroll while you're pregnant or have a child less than 3 months of age. They will follow you longer than that, but if your child is over 3 months old, you're technically no longer eligible. So you have to enroll while you're pregnant or less than 3 months. There's no cost. It's a community service and it's completely voluntary. You can stop at any time. Services are offered that help, and the child can continue on into the Head Start program afterwards if you're interested in that. English and other languages are available. They do assessments and try to meet the family's needs. There's one in every county that at least the 518 counties that I was focusing on for this fair. I'm assuming that they go beyond all these connecting Rensselaer and Saratoga. They probably go to Columbia and Bolton and all the other ones as well. So I would check the Healthy Families New York website to find your county and look at all the things that they've got, like job training, legal services, GED prep, so many things going on. So definitely love that they have this here, and glad that we could share it with you all. We've got BirthNet. I was so hoping someone from BirthNet would come because I don't feel like I'm the most qualified to talk about BirthNet, but I do have a little paragraph from them. Basically, BirthNet is a community-rooted organization dedicated to advancing birth justice, supporting families, and uplifting doulas through advocacy, education, and collective care. They create consistent spaces for connection through their monthly doula meetups, where birth workers gather to build community, share resources, and strengthen their practice. This spring, they're excited to host their first ever Doula Palooza on May 30th, a full gathering focused on skill building, wellness, networking, and celebration for doulas and birth workers across the region. They're also planning a powerful Black Breastfeeding Week celebration on August 29th to uplift Black families, normalize breastfeeding, and center joy, education, and community support. In partnership with JBA, BirthNet is working to expand access to culturally responsive, community-based perinatal care by supporting and connecting doulas to families who need them most. Beyond direct support, they're committed to shifting systems and narratives, recently hosting a community film screening that sparked meaningful dialogue, as well as a birth justice forum that brought together providers, advocates, and families to address inequities and imagine solutions together. As their work continues to grow, BirthNet is actively seeking dedicated community volunteers and members to serve on their board as treasurer and secretary, individuals passionate about equity, sustainability, and community leadership. They're also looking to build relationships with funding partners and supporters who believe in reproductive justice and want to invest in health and well-being of families in our community. Just such an important mission, and I just love that I was able to connect with someone over there, and just see on the slide too, they have so many other things going on. Like they've got like caregivers night out bingo and doula trainings and tons of resources on their website. So interested in that stuff as well. Next up, we've got Back Home Midwifery. Heidi Back reached out to me recently. They basically provide a free 30-minute private individualized consultation to someone who might be interested in learning about home birth and seeing if it's an option for them. They also have a monthly play group for anyone that basically has had a home birth midwife or prenatal care, like for their homegrown, or they're interested in home birth. Basically, anyone that's considering a home birth is welcome to attend the monthly play group. She posts about it on her Facebook page. There's also a website for FAQs and a way to contact them if you're interested in any kind of home birth education or just questions to ask. Thank you. All right. The number one category of things that people have been interested in about, and probably the biggest one in the fair today, is in-person and virtual play dates and peer support programs. I'm going to kick it off because basically I'm I'm the one running the show. Again, there's no particular order of these next few ones, but my group Mom Tribe was started in I think October 2022 when I was pregnant with my first child. I basically provide a monthly virtual support call on Google Meet. Occasionally we do an in-person play date at a public or private location. Free to all. Basically, caregivers and support people are also welcome. It's just a supportive environment where we can discuss our struggles, successes, and just like other people have said, free to come as you are with or without your children. Do what you need to do. Be off camera if you don't want to, if you have to nurse or if you don't want to be on camera for any reason. Mine is not on Facebook. Mine is not on a website. It is just run by me. So if you are interested in joining just a small community of moms that are local, you would email me, tell me what your email address is. I put you on my email list, and then everything gets sent out through Google Meet. Basically like, hey, on May 8th or something, we're meeting up at the Tulip Festival, for example. I don't know how hard it's going to be to stay all together as a group, but we'll meet up there, see other moms that we kind of know or don't know yet, and get to form some connections that way. That's all for me, though. Next group is Tatiana over at Noteworthy Resources. How are you doing, Tatiana? Can you come off mute at all?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hi, thanks for having me. Noteworthy Resources is a grassroots nonprofit focused to connect individuals and families across the capital region to get accessible mental health support, access to community resources, and honestly just feel like a true sense of belonging at whatever we host or wherever we're at. One of our core services is like our free therapy search service, and that helps people of all ages throughout the state navigate the system to find a therapist that best fits them, like thinking of their ideal therapist and what that might look like. We try to help them find that person, as well as have access to evaluations for certain diagnosis, whether it's for them, for their loved one. We also host peer support groups that are peer-led by local volunteers all throughout the capital region, and they're free to attend. They're either in person or virtual. I host one of the support groups is Casual Moms Meetup, and I call it Casual Moms because we're talking about heavy, dark things sometimes about motherhood, and we won't wean you out after your kid turns a certain age. You're always going to be welcome no matter how old your kid is. And it's specifically to focus on maternal mental health. So whatever that scope might be for that person, they have access to resources and support, sharing experiences, connecting with other moms. Right now, I'm hosting it monthly at the Bach branch for the Albany Public Library in Albany, but we can really host it wherever the community needs it. We also have a neurodivergent parent group in Duanesburg at the high school there that connects with the PTA. We host an ADHD awareness walk every year. We collaborate with local and national organizations to bring more accessibility to like resources in our community. And then we also host like educational seminars and workshops, whether it's in schools, PTA meetings, community spaces, really any that welcomes us to talk up and spread awareness about mental health and to how to support others. So overall, our goal is just really simple to like make sure like no one has to navigate the mental health challenges alone, and that everyone has access to the support that they deserve.
Awesome. That's an amazing, and I love how it's just do that however you need to do that, right? That's your mission, and whatever comes your way, you're willing to pursue it and at least see if that's an option for you guys to do. Awesome. We are going to move on to Carrie Ann talking about the Shack Community Center. There's a couple newish, I guess, mom and parent-friendly groups that are happening there.
Yeah, so I think kind of unique. This is actually like a physical location. It's a really old school that a retired teacher bought in like 2020, I think, and started a nonprofit community center. They really have been getting going over the last 5 years, but they started with a lot of senior programs, but they have expanded to try to serve all aspects of the community. They're over in Averill Park, and they collaborate with a lot of the other groups that are in this fair as well. The few that I'll highlight are there's a music class on Mondays for toddlers. It's not even a class, it's a music session. And I host my Woven Wrap study group there. And there's other programs as well for kids of all ages and parents and grandparents as well. So
I literally went to the website and this was just the section of the free stuff, but there's also like the workout classes that are small fees and like, I don't know, Mahjong's on there, but like there's just so many things that you guys are offering at Check. And so like I just put the free stuff on there and go to their website to check out anything else that you might be interested in. To be their main mission, I think, is to be emotionally and physically a safe environment and just kind of create that fun community setting.
Yeah, I'll actually add to that as well. They are like very much run by volunteers and supported by individual donations. They don't get funding from local government or anything like that, which is nice because they're very flexible. If anybody has interest in starting up a program, they would be very interested in supporting that. But they also are dependent on the support of individuals, no matter how that is. So they appreciate any help they can get.
Yeah, definitely go and support them, donate them, or volunteer for them. That'd be great. I know they're even looking for board members. So, all right, we're moving on to Niskayuna Moms Group. Gabrielle, I don't think could be here today, but Niskayuna Moms Group is a bi-weekly play group for children age 0 to 5. Siblings are welcome. During the summer, they meet at local playgrounds, but right now I think they're still meeting, since it's kind of quote unquote winterish time, in the Niskayuna Senior Center. Just a safe environment for caregivers to connect, to children socialize and play. They had like a Valentine's Day party I went to, and all the members are mothers from all over the Capital District. So you don't need to live in Niskayuna, I don't believe, at this time to attend the Niskayuna Moms Group. But yeah, they have a Facebook page or an email address to find out more about meeting up with them. I think they mostly do like a Wednesday right now morning meetup, like once a month. So yeah, interesting for that one. We've got Celia. Are you on, Celia, to talk about Mom's Time Out?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, so Mom's Time Out is a group that meets twice a month. We are sponsored by the Del Mar Reformed Church, which is right in the Four Corners in Del Mar, but it's not religious in any way, shape, or form. We just are lucky enough to have them sponsor us. We meet the first Saturday of the month. We have childcare in the nursery within the church. So we have someone Hannah, who watches the kids while us moms can have some time to hang out, have some coffee, relax, chat. And then on the third Saturday, we meet all together, sometimes in the church, in the nursery, sometimes out on the playground that's at the church, or we've met at local playgrounds or done other events outside of the church. The childcare, we just ask that people pay $5 for that, but if you're not able to, we will cover that, or the church will cover that. But other than that, it's free. It's just us moms that run it. All our events are on our Facebook page. We have a play date coming up this Saturday, and I'm hoping the weather will be nice so that we can actually be on the playground, because I feel like I've been saying that and it hasn't been nice every time. So yeah, feel free to our Facebook page. I also run the Instagram page. So check that out and hopefully you can come. I feel our group is very big on Facebook, but it's really like only 10 people. So please actually come. I think I started coming when my daughter was a baby, and now she's 4, and now I've like helped run it. So please just take that first step. I was so nervous when I came, but then it was great. Like, it's very casual, chill, relaxed. And if your kid, and everyone's kid has had a meltdown, and I've had people leave, and it's like, don't leave. It all just comes around. Everyone has a meltdown. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, I think that's a good point for everything, is just taking that first step and like finding a group that speaks to you, or that like you want to try, because again, you could sit at home and try to do it all yourself, or do it with some family support if you have that, but just get out and try to find a group like Mom's Time Out to support you on your journey. And I love that you also made a QR code that's the same color as my presentation. That's just a nice touch there. Thank you, Celia, for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, we've got Jen Delancey over at To Play and Wonder. Are you here, Jen? I don't know if I saw your name yet. I'm going to talk for Jen unless she comes off mute. So To Play and Wonder is a continuation of a homeschooling group that was happening, and then the person that was running that moved away, so it got passed to Jen. It's basically a bi-monthly play date on Monday mornings. It's an email list as well, so you would email to playandwonder@gmail.com to subscribe. They will send you a calendar of where they're going on that Monday morning. Like, it's not every Monday, it's twice a month. And it's just an opportunity for parents and children alike to just connect socially and have a play date. You can RSVP to the upcoming ones if you're a member, and they also have an Instagram page. So just the biggest thing I know about this one is that if you're on the email list, don't forward it to other people. If they would like you to individually have people subscribe to it, they want to kind of know who's on their list and who's getting their information. But I've been there. It's been really fun. They usually go to like Five Rivers or something like that, to a environmental center to get some outdoor time for the kiddos. All right, we've got, Bard & Baker. I was so happy to finally get in touch with them. So they do a new parents meetup at Bard & Baker Board Game Cafe in downtown Troy. So it's a meet, vent, and connect with other parents session twice a month. They do a Saturday 10 to 1 and a Friday 11 to 2. Again, various days. Check their Facebook page to know exactly when they're happening. But basically just to build your village, takes one to know one type of thing. It's geared towards newish parent figures and all genders, and generally kids under 4 years old, but any caregiver is welcome to join and come support other people and talk about your stories and stuff. You don't need to RSVP, just show up, and they have amazing food there. I was really glad that I didn't have a meetup to go to when I was dairy-free, because I really like their mac and cheese, and I wouldn't have been able to eat that when I was dairy-free for a little while. So definitely a great resource in the community to just come in, and they have a lot of board games, obviously, because that's their main business in the other room. We've got Samantha Wagner over at Mechanicville Area Community Services Center. Couldn't be here today, but Mechanicville Area, I'm really intrigued by them, and I can't wait to learn more from their website and stuff. But the main thing is they have a free parenting group twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 11. Childcare is available for children 5 and under, and babies are welcome to stay with their parent or caregiver. They also are the site for the Healthy Families Saratoga program, which is the other kind of free voluntary home visiting program we talked about earlier. And they have a community baby shower happening tomorrow, 10 to 1. The QR code at the bottom is how you would go and register for the baby shower. It's similar to other baby showers that I mentioned before, where you show up and you get showered with all the wonderful things that you might need for a new baby. I'm not sure exactly what age you're allowed to go up to. If your baby's already born, if you're allowed to still attend. I know some other baby showers do allow that, but check it out and attend tomorrow if you're interested. Definitely think about volunteering or helping support them. Also at their site, food pantry, domestic violence services, family development, like resources and advocacy, teen and youth programs, and they're a satellite center for the ECS psychological services. So definitely like a lot going on there too. So just love it that they're just such a community hub for everything. We've got Mia Wirt, not here today, from Motherhood Village Upstate. This one is primarily a Facebook group where they're doing moms doing motherhood together. They're offering support for each other, and they're trying to arrange more coffee dates, meetups, and walks, primarily in the East Greenbush and surrounding areas, but moms and babies of all ages are welcome. So definitely join their Facebook group if you're interested in like starting or being a part of like an upstate village for motherhood type of thing. That's what they're called. Great. Oh, I have a blurb from them, sorry. So looking for your people. Welcome to Motherhood Village Upstate. No more lonely nap times or solo park trips. MVU is a grassroots support group serving the Upstate Capital Region. Mission is simple, get moms and children out of the house and into the community of peers who truly get it. From playdates to group events, we provide the physical and emotional space for moms to lean on one another. Come find the support you deserve in the village you've been looking for. Great. We've got CEO. They have an active parenting course I saw online, and I reached out to them. They weren't able to be here, but their class is starting, I want to say the 20th. It's very hard to read on this tiny slide, but April 20th, they're starting an active parenting first 5 years course. In addition to that, at the CEO, if you the community economic opportunities, Commission on the Economic Opportunities, they have a food pantry, which provides Thanksgiving and holiday meals. They've got WIC, they've got Babies in Waiting, home visiting program, pre-K, early Head Start and Head Start, a foster grandparent program, if anyone doesn't have kids here or would like to volunteer as a foster grandparent, also weather assistance, weatherization, like tax assistance, and back to school supplies and coats. So the ones that have stars are income eligible, where you have to meet income eligibility requirements. or other things. But I actually think the food pantry is maybe open to anyone in Rensselaer County. So go to their website, check it out. You just got to bring like ID, I think, for the food pantry. And the last one of our in-person playdate groups is a virtual group, Parents Helping Parents. They're based out of Massachusetts, I believe. I copied their entire calendar from their Google Calendar. They have so many different resources, like preschoolers are on here, neurodivergent parents, a father's group, single parents, parenting kids that are in foster care. Like, just, I don't know. Take a look at that when you have time. And they have a parent stress line. So again, if you need to call to just discuss anything going on with your parenting journey, I have attended a group or two here before, and I think they're a great resource. I just know that they couldn't be here today. All right, we are moving on. These next few ones are about social pages. They're primarily ones that you would join online. I don't know if they offer, some of them might offer groups and some of them might not, but the first one that's primarily a social media page is Ashley at Mama Mayhem 518. Are you here, Ashley? I forget if she said she was going to be here or not. I'm gonna talk for Ashley then. They provide digital content following along the beautiful and chaotic journey of motherhood. They often do a lot of Instagram and Facebook posts about different play spaces around, things that are happening in the 518. They make these long, they're easy to digest, like blurbs of like multiple pages of like what's happening on the weekend, what's happening this week. There's a lot of library programs happening. And so like they'll make the social media pictures like through a Canva account type of thing. For what's happening in the 518, different parks and events and shopping and that kind of stuff. And they did used to provide in-person meetups. I hope that they bring that back soon, especially now that the weather is getting nicer. But basically anything that might make motherhood a little bit easier. Tips and tricks. Shannon, you're here also to talk about Sage Kinship Development. Talk to us about that.
Hello, Shannon again. I'm also a parent educator and the person behind Sage Kinship Development. I have my master's in education and I specialize specifically in ages birth through 6th grade, but the heart of my work right now really is peer-to-peer support, just meeting parents where they are. What I do is help families build more emotionally healthy, connected homes without pressure to be perfect. So a lot of what I focus on are things like emotional regulation, attachment, and just really practical everyday ways to support your child's development. I'm creating simple developmentally appropriate activities like sensory play and things you can do at home that hopefully don't feel overwhelming. And one thing that is really important to me is offering some one-on-one support. So if you're ever stuck on something, behavior routines or whatever it is, you can always reach out and we can talk through it. I share a lot of my own parenting philosophy and tools on my Substack. It's like a blog space. It's kind of where everything lives. And I've been putting together some new writing this week in celebration of the Week of the Young Child, which is a theme from NACI. And so if any of this resonates with you, I would love for you to follow along or reach out, even if it's just to bounce something off of. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, and then Substack at Sage Kinship Development. Thanks.
Thank you so much. All right. We have a offering moms support, which is primarily a podcast right now, but they are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So Courtney Conley and Jordan Whitman, I should have included both their names, have conversations about taboo topics in pregnancy, postpartum, and parenthood. They interview other moms about their experiences, and they just try to create a sense of solidarity and connectedness on their platform. Love what they do. Definitely just follow and subscribe, like that little bell on YouTube and get notified when they have a new video because they talk about just such meaningful and important topics. So glad to present on them today. Sweta, are you still here? I know she was having connection issues, but we wanted to talk a little bit about Capital Region Kids and Family Events Facebook group. Let's see, are you able to come off? Hello? I think she might have had a drop. So we're going to say that basically it was a group created in April 2022. It posts the kid family-friendly events and activities across the Capital Region, 50-mile radius. So it's got 9,000 members now, or more than 9,000 members actually. There's occasionally a discount code for like a paid activity, and anyone can attend the free events, the paid events. She monitors it very diligently, so there's not a lot of scam posts at all, or it gets deleted when you report it. And I try to share like things like this or other events I'm running to this Capital Region Kids Family event. So if any of you are running events, feel free to like do that whole share to this event, to this group type of thing, and then it will get a bigger audience for people who might want to join. I'm glad that Sweater can provide that resource to us, like another pool of resources. Yeah. All right, last slide in the social pages is other social pages. Some of you might already know these: the breastfeeding group, the mom groups, the parent groups, the Freebie Connect. I just put them all on one slide. Again, you can't click it right now because you're watching me, but when this goes live on a website later, you should be able to click any of these, and I will highlight the 518 for Free group. It is, again, a free resources fair. So 518 for Free is a way that you can click on, and they will highlight different free resources in the area. So yeah, hi Kelly. thanks for jumping on. And then the last one on the page, Capital District Moms, has all these different things on their website as far as a playground, like review pages and summer camps, and just a bunch of different resources that they've collaborated over the years. So glad to present all of these if possible. Moving on, I'm looking at the time. We've got Walks with Children is what I titled this section. The first one up is Megan Kizak over at 518 Stroller Club. Are you here, Megan? I don't believe so. So basically, 518 Stroller Club is a member-led, stroller-friendly walks around local venues. So they want to provide regular meetups each week, but the day, time, and location totally depends on the volunteers. They're getting a little bit more traction right now on people who are offering to do 518 stroller walks. It does need to be like a stroller-friendly one to be posted on their Facebook page. They try to make it as many members as possible can attend. But they're basically just posted in the group, not be shared to other pages, and spouses and partners and siblings are welcome to join. If you want to host a stroller walk, it's really as simple as find a location, pick a time, and invite people. Basically tell Megan or make your own event on the 518 Stroller Club page, and hopefully at least one or two people, if not more, will show up and walk with you. I've been there before. We're going to the crossings this Friday, I think at 10. So check out their page if you're interested in getting out more now that the weather's warming up. Next up, we have Heather over at Fern Physical Therapy to talk about Fern Coffee Walk and Talk. Is Heather here? I forget if she could attend at all.
Yep.
We had someone else. Hi, Heather.
Oh,
Tell us a little bit about Fern Coffee Walk and Talk.
I'm Heather. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I specialize in sports and pelvic floor PT, and I'm the owner of Fern Physical Therapy. I also run Sing Babies with Becky, and probably I think we're up at 15 volunteers now. They're all amazing, by the way. I started Fern Coffee Walk and Talk about 2 years ago. Actually, it'll be 2 years ago this month. My daughter was a few months old. I probably, like most of us here, started it because I needed something, and I decided to fill the gap of what I needed. I love to work out. I love to walk. I found it hard to get that motivation to do that with a young child by myself. So Fern Coffee Walk and Talk was born. We walk all winter long, all summer long. In 2 years, we've only not walked one time. And I think, Carrie Ann, you came to that one with me. We just sat and chatted for like 2 hours and had a great time in the coffee shop. This is open to any parent or caregiver. People come with their kids, with their babies. They come with no children. Some parents come on their lunch breaks and they walk with us and then they go back to work. We are open to all abilities. The path is paved. Some kiddos bring bikes, scooters. We get strollers and carriers. Some kids walk, some kids drag. We have all different, what's the word I'm looking for? Speeds, there we go. All different speeds. So some people break off and go really fast. Some people are newly postpartum and they like to go at a very gentle speed, so they'll do that. We walk about an hour and then we head back to the coffee shop, and we have delicious coffee at Brutus. They're extremely welcoming. We literally take over the whole coffee shop. Boobs are everywhere. They are totally open to all of that. It's not a big deal to them. They're just amazing, amazing. Yes, we love you too, Ainsley. Thank you. So people who can't walk or don't want to walk, we meet at 12 for the walk. We go back to Brutus around 1 o'clock and we stay until about 2. I have to leave, but usually other parents are staying later and let their kids kind of play and hang out and have fun. There's no sign up. You just show up. No, it's not regulated. I count out 4 weeks. If it works for my schedule, I throw it on the calendar. If it doesn't, we pick a different Friday. It's always a Friday from 12 to 2. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Heather. I'm glad you could be here. I was able to attend one, I think in January or February, but it was a really fun time.
You attended the one that we had to pivot a lot for because it was very snowy.
It was very snowy and we couldn't walk on the rail trail, so we figured it out, just like moms do.
It worked.
And I wanted to point out what you said is if there's a gap, we have a lot of resources today, but if there's a gap and you need something that's not here, start it. Moms do this. Like we are such powerful forces where like, if there's something we need, make it happen. This is a supportive community right here of just people that are coming together. Reach out to any of these other resources and like try to make that gap filled because there's someone out there that needs this just as much as you do. Thank you for starting the walk and talk. Up next, Carrie Ann again with East 518 Forest Romps. You do a lot of stuff, Carrie Ann, and I really appreciate you being on the fair for basically the whole time because I spread you out.
Yeah, this might be the last one for now. Yeah, so similar to other walking groups, it's just something that I wanted to do. There's a lot of properties over here on the east side of the river, so in the Rensselaer, Brunswick, Nassau area. There's like Hudson-Taconic lands, there's town parks, and there's state parks as well that I love to go to. So I just wanted to do more of that with other people. So I started the group. Some of the walks are stroller friendly, not all of them are. The priority is just to get outside and in the dirt, basically. Today we were at Vanderhayden Preserve, and we walked maybe 100 yards to the stream, and we all splashed in the stream for an hour and then turned around and walked back to the cars. It's toddler paced, so people can go at their own speed. We keep track of each other, but people do go different speeds. But right now we're heavily toddler based, so it's very, very, very slow and very short walks. But anybody is welcome. And sometimes we do indoor events. I try to do weekend events as well, so it's not just for stay-at-home parents. Dads join, grandparents join, anybody's welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and basically like they're scattered throughout, like what days work and what days where you're going where. So definitely check out the Facebook page if you're interested in joining a forest romp. I went to my first one this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Our next big category, we've got a couple book clubs there's probably a ton more than this, but I tried to focus on like the mom-focused book clubs that are free. So first up, we have Haley Hen, who couldn't be here today, with Mother Hen LLC. Caregiver Conversations is an education-based book club for anyone involved in the parenting, education, or enrichment of children. Monthly, they read a book discussing a parenting philosophy, topic, ideal, or challenge, and meet at the Shack in April Park on the final Thursday of the month for a group discussion centering around how, if at all, what we just read will impact our parenting. Caregivers who do not read the book but are interested in hearing about it are still welcome to come to book club for the footnotes, sense of community, or even just a quick break from their children. Books previously covered include The Anxious Generation, Vitamin N, Crib Sheet, and Bringing Up Book Monsters. Book club updates can be found through the Mother Hen Facebook page or in the book club app when you join our Caregiving Conversations group. Books formally discussed are added to the resource library, and as a lover of books and a postpartum doula, book club is important to Haley because it allows caregivers a place to continue to learn and grow their sense of community, both of which she continues to be crucially important to surviving postpartum and beyond. I will also add that Haley is a postpartum doula and a sleep consultant for a reasonable fee at the bottom, that if anyone is interested in just pursuing talking with her more about her specialty. So next up, we've got Shannon over at the 518 Mom Book Club, and I'm not going to read your full note because there's a long list of books. You've been doing a lot of books in this group, so just tell me a little bit about it.
For a while, yes. So another thing I'm a part of is 518 Mom Book Club. It's really just a space for local moms who love reading or just want to get back into reading, or honestly just to connect with other humans. There's no pressure, no heavy expectations. It's very low-key and welcoming, very come as you are. You can bring your children. However, there is adult chatter happening about all of the books. So that's up to your own discretion. We really read a mix of books and just come together to talk, hang out, and have a little bit of time that's just for us. So if you've been craving something like that, again, it's no pressure, and we'd love to have you join us. We meet every month to discuss the previous month selection, and it's usually in the Clifton Park area. It has been, because that has been the most central location to everyone in the 518. So that's why specifically in Clifton Park area. We also offer an online space. So if you can't make it the date and time that we have set for in-person, we have an ongoing chatter over on the application called Fable. So anyone can join on Fable and join 518 Mom Book Club and follow along with us on there and discuss chapter by chapter without any spoilers or anything like that. We vote every 3 months on the next 3 book selections, and we also offer a reading challenge for the year that you can not only find on our Facebook group, but also over on the application called Storygraph. If you don't know Storygraph and you love reading, highly recommend Storygraph. It is a woman-owned application, which is a really cool, and they have really fancy graphic features over on that application. And you can join reading challenges like ours. And we also have started up a new book bracket as a fun way. That's a low pressure engage. So definitely join us.
Awesome.
Lots of ways.
Make sure to get me the Fable and the Storygraph, I think you said.
Okay, yes.
I'll edit here for the final presentation later to send them to me. Thank you. Our third book club, Megan Miles, is here to talk about the Grown-Up Book Club. Are you here, Megan?
I am. Hi.
Yay, thanks for joining.
It was so awesome to hear and see all of you. My name is Megan. I am the new owner of Play Hollow, which is a kids store in Ballston Spa, New York. Obviously New York, I didn't need to say that. So we have a grown-up book club. It is not kid friendly. So it's definitely meant for, I mean, it's open to anyone, but we've mostly just had moms. We actually have a meeting tomorrow at 7 p.m. It takes place at our store. It is free. You show up, we have snacks available, we have drinks, we have some book swag, and we do not pick a specific book for each month, we pick a theme. So this past month's theme was Strong Women, and we are focusing on the book The Women by Kristen Hanna, and we're going to discuss it tomorrow. But in case, historical fiction wasn't someone's reading preference, people are welcome to pick any book they'd like to read within that theme and then share about it at the next meeting, because that way people will get different book recommendations that they might not have previously thought about or been interested in. So it's kind of a challenge by choice book club, where if you are into our featured book, absolutely read it. But if not, then just focus on the theme at hand. I don't know if any of you have read The Women. It is a little heavy. So I do know that our next theme tomorrow, when we discuss it, we are going to pick a happy theme. I don't know what it is yet, but the next theme will be definitely more of like an uplifting theme, but definitely not, like I said, not a kid-friendly moment, just because we are reading books that deal with like war sometimes, and books that are not safe for work and things of that nature. So this is, we kind of do it all. We do some educational, we do some topics that are timely, and then we also just do things that are just like beach read, brain candy. So it just depends on what you're looking for. We go everywhere from fiction to nonfiction to fantasy to romance. We do it all. It's really just a bunch of moms who love books, and it is moms as well. So we do talk about mom things as well. It just kind of becomes like a social engagement as well. And it's usually 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Drop in whenever you want.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Megan. And I do want to highlight too that the Play Hollow is a store. You can go and buy things. They have a play space in the back. if you come to the play space, my understanding is that if you make a purchase in the store, then your kid can basically play in the place. There's open play hours
Yes,
too.
absolutely. Yeah, I can
But there's like,
briefly talk on that.
yeah,
Yes,
let
so
us know a
we
little
are
bit
a
about what you
store.
guys do.
We are a store, but we are a very so I bought it in January from the previous owner who was also fabulous. And we are a very community focused store in the sense that we try to be as affordable of a resource as we can in the ways that we can, while still obviously operating as a retail space. So we have a play space in the back that on Tuesdays we have free open play. So that's a free resource for sure, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesdays. And then on the other days when we are open, we often have open play, and it is a $5 fee per family, not per kid, to play in our space. But if you make a purchase in the store, we waive that. It's really just for maintenance and cleaning supplies and things like that. We also do we have a mom social night that is free once a month. That is a week from today at 7 p.m. And we have, like was mentioned earlier, we are starting to do a monthly lactation circle that is free and donation based. It's generally going to be on the last Sunday of the month, but that might change up as we progress. So obviously we are a store, which that is not free, but we try to provide as many free and affordable resources as we can. Including on June 14th, we are having a summer kickoff event in the small park across the street from the store in Ballston Spa. And that is free entry. There will be vendors and things there of like focused on local businesses and local resources, tabling, and some of those will be selling things, but there will be free kids activities. It's 4 hours long. Every hour there's a free demo class for a kid. We have a kids yoga. There's a music class that'll be happening. So that'll be a great event, and it's all community based. And so that's just an example of one of the things that we have coming up.
Sure. And another thing that you guys do, I know as well, is you have like classes for kids. Like there's a story time class.
We do.
There's a speech, and like, is there handwriting or something else? Like I forget what the three.
Yes. So yes, we do. So we in our playroom space, we do use it sometimes for kid events. So for instance, we in March had a leprechaun trap making event for kids. We did wooden egg decorating and earlier this month. We're going to have a May Day celebration. We're going to have a Mother's Day celebration. Those things generally do have a small fee of about $5 to $10 per family, just depending on the supplies that we're providing. But we try to do at least 1 to 2 kid events like that a month. We also have a bilingual Spanish music class that happens Saturday mornings. We are starting over the summer a Music Together class that'll be happening during a weekday morning, and that will continue into the fall and winter. We also are starting, it's going to be starting in June. We are starting a processing motherhood workshop where I'm working with 2 certified psychologists who work with moms and kids and dads and people of all ages and generations. It's not learning how to write, but it's learning how to use journaling and that type of thing as a way of expression and processing different transitions in your life. And so the different workshops will be focused on different topics. So there's going to be like a multi-generational one. There's going to be one for young moms. We're going to do one for tweens and, things like that. So that series will be starting this summer as well. That will have a small fee. But again, we're just trying to use our play space, not only for free community play, but also to host intentional events or workshops for moms, families, caregivers of all types and ages.
You're really trying to
also
give back, I can tell.
What?
You're really trying to give back, I can tell, trying to like provide a space.
We really are. And when we do have to charge a small fee for events, we try to give a percentage of it to something. So for instance, half of our store is consignment, and that is sold by local moms. And so when the items sell, the moms make about 45% of the profit. So we're also trying to get back to local moms in that way. So if you want to consign with us, please reach out to me. And we had a big consignment day on March 21st, which happened to be World Down Syndrome Day. So a portion of our profits we donated to a Down Syndrome Society. And when we are doing this June 14th event, I spoke about that community event. Any money we make from that, we're going to donate part of it to a local nonprofit. So our mission, while we are a store, obviously, We don't need to make a lot of money. We just need to not lose money so we can hopefully be a space and a resource for the community as much as we possibly can.
I love that. Thank you so much, Megan, for everything
Absolutely.
you provide, but also just for being here and explaining all the things.
Like I said, I bought this business in January. So this has been such a pleasure hearing all of you, hearing all these resources. Hopefully we can all connect in the future. This has been fabulous, and I don't want to take up a lot of time. I know it's getting late. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I run our Instagram and our Facebook. So if you message, it'll be to me.
Thank you, Megan. And I'll also say too, if anyone on the chat or on the call is either a resource or not, if they have questions for a specific person, they forget how to reach out to them, just send a message to me or message me on Facebook or something, and I will make sure to get you connected to the people that you're interested in talking to.
Thank you so much, everyone. This is the ball from book club, but that is tomorrow. So if you want to come.
Yeah, great. All right, I'm excited for a lot of things, but I'm really excited for our first ever dad support section. You know, it's only the second resource fair, but still, we didn't have any dad resources specifically for dads last time. So I would love it if Juan could come off mute and just explain a little bit about his platform, Dad Shift.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
I can, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me and inviting me. Like this was awesome. I wish I would have known about some of these resources when we first got pregnant and had our little one. But I guess it's never too late, right? So just a little bit about me. My name is Juan, originally from New York City, kind of just moved up here for college, and my wife and I, we kind of just stayed. Just had our baby. Well, not just had our baby, but she's 8 months, and it feels like it was just yesterday. And kind of like what everyone has been saying, right? You kind of start something out of a need. And that's kind of how Dad Shift got started, right? Had the baby, and it was just like so many changes. Really no one to talk to or just ask questions, bounce ideas, or just vent, honestly. So I started the Instagram. It's been a hit, which I didn't think it was going to be. And so we meet I try to have a meeting once a month where we get together at different coffee shops, breweries. The idea is that we bring the kids to also give mom that break. I remember the first outing. I told my wife I'm taking the baby, have a you time, and I just remember coming back and she was so relaxed, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. I benefit, the baby benefits, and mom benefits. And it was a huge hit. And so so we get together once a month at different coffee shops. The next one is going to be April 26th at Bar and Baker in Troy. So very excited for that. And yeah, we just get together, talk about some of the challenges that, we've experienced as dads, the transition, not only, especially for dad's dad, it's their first child. And so, that going from no kids to a kid, and how the dynamics of, your personal relationships change, friendships, etc. So it's been, it's been an awesome experience. Share with your network. The only thing people have to pay for is whatever they consume at the business. But yeah.
Awesome. I will share with you, Juan, we'll probably talk offline about this, but there has been chatter among the mom groups about making a Brews and Bows event. Have you heard of this?
No. Yes.
Where dads go to like a brewery or maybe even a coffee shop and learn how to do hairstyles.
Yeah, I actually have that on my list of things that I want to do. Just that all the dads that have showed up to the events, they're all babies, and so the babies don't have enough hair for that yet.
Sure.
But it is in the works. And I believe that there is a mom actually in the Capital region that is doing one.
Trying to set one up. Yeah.
Trying to set one up. Yeah.
Join Juan's group and subscribe to his Instagram page and meet up with him, and tell your husbands or your partners or anyone that is a dad to support this, because we obviously need more dad groups and more supports for you as well.
For sure. Thank you so
for
much.
being here. Yeah. My next one up, we actually were able to get connected with Community Fathers out in Schenectady. I think that they serve a wider range than just Schenectady, but I did speak with them. They said that their mission is Community Fathers to provide self-help opportunities and supportive services to fathers, families, and communities. The core of their efforts is to bring the community ideas and passions to the range of activities that they're involved in. Through all of their endeavors, they strive to display the conviction based on our vision that we can create a world where all men realize their value as caretakers of their communities. Right now, they're primarily meeting Wednesdays at 6:30 at 313 Clinton Street in Schenectady, New York. I'm assuming all dads are welcome, no registration necessary, and they currently have a couple groups that are on hold. But if anyone knows someone who wants to volunteer or reach out to Community Fathers, they did used to have occupations instead of incarceration, Meals and Heals group, community justice program, and a domestic violence for batterers group that are currently on hold. But I assume if they get the volunteers and the leadership that they might need to support those kind of programs again, they would hopefully bring those back. All right, that was officially our last resource, but I have a bunch of bonuses. So if you want to stick around for just a minute while we continue our recording. Emergency supports, always got to bring this up because some people who might be on the call or listening to this afterwards might not be aware. There is a very tiny print of all the different things. I probably didn't even list them all, but the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, Living Room and Family Room are walk-in mental health supports for adult and youth. There's the domestic violence resources, different food resources for pantries and WIC and food banks, diapers and wipes through the Baby Item Network or Birthright Schenectady, and other local Department of Social Services, New York State of Health for health insurance, Social Security, OCFS, legal aid for legal consultation, as well as Lifeline, Assurance, and SafeLink are all free phone and discounts for eligible individuals. Basically, if you need it, call 211 or go to findhelp.com and just look for anything that you're specifically asking about. There's a lot of programs for people with cancer, or people who have or veterans, or just some kind of need. But I would just try your best to find these things. This is just a small sampling of things that I was able to find for today. Some other resources that we talked about are some special needs information. So early intervention, a lot of people talk about for kids that might need some occupational, speech, or physical therapy. That's through early intervention. The Start Children's Center is a trauma-informed services. Center for Disability Services has an AIM High Resource Center, which is parent-to-parent and professional to support individuals with Down syndrome. There's Catholic Charities Disability Services. Parent-to-Parent is a support service for special needs caregivers in New York State. There's the Ronald McDonald House for anyone that needs, their child needs health care. They provide essential services for those families. Access VR, Health with Employment and Independent Living Assistance. I put Sesame Street on here because I love that they have different topics on their website to support divorce, disability, and different free courses. Northern Rivers provides different things for mental health, foster care, and other support services. And then you've always got Medicaid, health homes, home and community-based, and core services are eligible for people who have Medicaid to just help navigate healthcare needs and support your employment or your personal goals. Definitely, again, a small spattering of things that are special needs. Other resources that we don't always think about. I've made some really great friends just at library story times and play groups. So I listed a couple of the ones in the 4 counties that we're focusing on today, but check out your local library and see if they do a story time or a mom's group, or sometimes they do craft nights or diamond. I think one of my local libraries does diamond painting where you stick the diamonds on things. So just this is a couple of them, different times. I did verify all these this morning, but they could change. So go to their websites to check them out. And we also have a lot of free programs that are offered at the nature and indoor centers in the area. So Pine Bush, Thatcher Park, Hudson Taconic Lands we mentioned, Grafton Lake, Saratoga Spa State Park does a bunch of things. So just, make sure if you want to get out there, there's so many different ways to do that. And I just tried to list here different nature and indoor centers because they do have a lot of the programs being free. Other resources, I put some of these on here because they have a star next to them, but the Broadway Coffee Company that we talked about earlier does have a 4th trimester series and a little Songbirds class for a small fee. Round Lake Doula does a 4th trimester circle for moms that are experiencing that first 3 months after postpartum. Fit for Mom Upstate Saratoga is always mentioned in different support groups. It's a group exercise class, and your first one is free, so it does kind of qualify for this fair. Check it out, and then like there's a reasonable fee for the remaining classes if you want to continue to exercise with them. Play, Create, and Explore does group dynamic activities. I believe they might be the ones sponsoring an event happening in Schenectady at the Central Park, but I'm not sure offhand. So, you know, different ways to get connected with them. Carrier Connection is another baby wearing lending library for a fee. And there's a bunch of other parenting courses. I don't know these other ones personally, but Dolly Parton Imagination Library, we got to throw that on there because you can get free books for your children age 0 to 5 years old. There's always the food pantries who listed a ton of guides. So these 3 at the bottom are very long lists for each county of just like a ton of other resources, including like domestic violence and special needs and that kind of stuff. With that in mind, we are getting ready to wrap up all of these resources, except some of these extra ones at the end, maybe not on here, but there is a document that I'm going to briefly share with you right here that I made. Again, it's going to be housed with this presentation later. It's just got a whole bulleted list. So instead of having to watch this and find your programs later, we have support groups, meetups, and we have the NICU support groups and social groups and all that stuff right here. Easy access. Click on them when you need it. Let me go back to this one. So we'll be sharing this presentation, the recording, and the document later. But if you didn't think I was done yet, I wanted to give us a bonus. So play spaces are a great way to meet other families, to talk to them. Unfortunately, none of them are really that free, except for maybe Play Hollow on the couple times that it is free there, and definitely want to support them as well. But I thought it would be really helpful to just have a list of all the play spaces, and I Googled a bunch, and I put trampoline parks on there, and there's Tiger Mama that just came out in Troy. Like, there's a lot of play spaces around. So instead of having to post all the time and say, where should I take my kids this weekend? Just check out one of these. Bring on the Spectrum's got some cool things going on, and Dragonfly and Owls got some OT sensory stuff as well. So yeah, just check these out. Click on the links. They have websites, Facebook pages, of course, and all of them do come with some kind of fee for the most part. But just a great way to get out there and to meet other families. Finally, I think we're through. We want you to find your village. We want you to connect with other families. We want you to feel supported in this crazy journey of parenthood that we have. So if you're still here, fill out the attendance survey, fill out the raffle prize entry. We'll announce our winner. We'll reach out to you directly if you're the one that wins. And just, you know, I hope that this gives you some hope that there's a lot out there to support us as families and parents, and that you don't need to do this alone. And I'm just really grateful that we could provide this to the community. Becky, closing thoughts.
I just really wanted to make sure that we gave you a shout out, Lauren. This was so much work for you to put together and coordinate. And this whole time I've been sitting here listening to you speak, and all I could think is like, wow, she needs a podcast, or like, you sound really good on NPR. I could listen to you all day. So thank you for doing all of this, and like, seriously, kudos for putting this all together for everyone in our community. You are a true gift to the Capital District. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Like I said in the beginning, I'm primarily just a very extroverted person that hates being home, and I work from home when I am back at work. So I subscribe to almost all of these groups, and I did a little bit of research to find the others, and I'm just always getting myself out there. And I just hope that any mom that, whether you're struggling or not, if you're connected or not, like, there's a community out there for you. And I just want people to know that they don't have to do this alone. So we can stop the recording, and we will hopefully see everyone at some point. I hope that this will live in perpetuity, but I'm sure there'll be updates in a couple of years when groups change and things improve and grow. But you're welcome, Becky, to stop the recording, and we'll have some Q&A. If anyone is on the call and wants to talk to anyone else, we can do that now.